Shimmer double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, citations to the elect men feeding the sheep of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, in sincerity and truth with this great gospel. And I'm going to open it up with the book of Habakkuk. Let's start with Habakkuk 2, and let's start at 2. At 2 it reads, "And the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not tarry, and not lie." And so I'm gonna read that again. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, right? These visions of tribulation coming in the times that we're headed into, right? Because the lives that you're currently living is not the lives that you're going to be living in a few years, right? When the Lord pulls the rug from underneath the feet of you motherfuckers here in Babylon the Great, the lives that you live is not the lives that you're going to be living in a few years, right? Them homes that you living in is not going to be the places of shelter that you're going to be in a few years. Like we've been telling you to say goodbye to your lives. He that findeth his life is about to lose it, right? Because Esau got a future set up, and guess what? A lot of you people, you are not part of his future, right? He's waiting for all order out of chaos. He's gonna let you people kill each other, and that's when he sweep in. And these is the visions that what a lot of these prophets are seeing, the tribulations, right? The days of peril, right? When city against city, neighbor against neighbor, family against family, right? The spirit of division upon the face of the earth, spirit of love waxing cold, right? Everything the scriptures talk about. That's what we've been telling our people. I'm reading again. This is the book of Habakkuk 2. And 2 it reads, "And the Lord answered me and said, the vision is and the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables." Yeah, the vision is so clear that even your Hollywood producers, right? Your Hollywood executive producers, they know what's coming, right? These cities, empty cities, where streets is just in a pure disarray, right? All these stores is closed down, spray paint all over the place, right? Chaos, right? Comfortability vanishing. That's gonna be a main thing. The spirit of, oh man, everything's gonna be all right. You're gonna know everything ain't gonna be fucking all right. Why? Because you're not in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The Lord ain't coming to save no 2/3. The Lord's not coming to save no 2/3. The Lord's coming to save his elect in them days, right? You're gonna see a lot of dead bodies, right? A lot of dead people. That's gonna be the spirit. That smell of death is gonna be in the fucking air. The reason the Lord answered me and said, for the vision, and the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. These people be like, these days ain't never gonna come. Yeah, these days ain't never gonna come. Guess what? These days is coming. Right? These days is coming. The days of plagues, the days of pestilence. The Lord said he gonna treat spiritual Egypt the way like he did ancient Egypt. He gonna bring them plagues upon this place. Right? A lot of men gonna be put to what? Motherfucking death. It's gonna be a lot of men gonna be put to death, especially you men who try to find your lives in the society. He was trying to establish yourselves. The Lord was preparing you for what this day that you come into, the day of despair, the day of destruction, the day of death, the day of darkness. This is the book of Matthew 24:7. "For nation shall rise up against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." And when these nations rise up against these nations, what happens? They put embargoes on each other. Certain goods you used to be able to get, you're not going to get it. Your stores ain't going to have these things no more. All you got to do is go to any grocery store and see how things are thinning down, right? The items that used to have in them stores, they no longer exist. You got these fightings in different countries. That's going to stop with the influctuation of these different products from these different countries, right? You might like some chips, some plantain chips that came from South America. When all hell break loose, you ain't gonna eat them motherfuckers no more. Certain things you like coming from different countries, you ain't gonna find them no more. That's why a lot of you heathens, you gonna go back home. Because you heathens ain't, a lot of these heathens, they still stick to their heathenal food when you're dealing with Ishmael, when you're dealing with Elam, right? So they gonna want to go back home, man, and find their food, because the importation game is gonna fall. It's gonna collapse. Why? Because nation for nation shall rise up against nation. and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are what the beginning of sorrows, man. That's the beautiful part. This is all the beginning of sorrows, because what the Lord said, there's more to come. There's more to come. And we know these people are not ready. They're not ready for what's coming. Right? These zombies in their minds, they think these stores are always going to be open. Because you can look around America right now, man. You got cities that damn near almost look like this, right? Going through Skid Row, going through different parts of Chicago, Philadelphia, East Coast, right? The East Coast is looking like hell, man. Because guess what? It's in times of what America cankering away, right? The Lord removing that beauty from America, right? This place is deteriorating. It's circling the drain, and there's not gonna be no fucking recovery, man. Look at the movie Back to the Future, right? He went back to the future. Everything was everybody happy, everything cool, and then when he went back to the future, shit's painted up. Black motherfuckers done took over the suburbs, right? Everything done changed, and it's only gonna get worse because the end game for America is nuclear missile, right? That's why these cities gonna be shut down, right? The spirit of traveling and going from city to city, the Lord's gonna put an end to that, right? And they show you these things in these movies. All these are images you're seeing from what movies, man. Esau know what's coming. You ain't gonna be able to travel, right? You ain't gonna be able to visit loved ones. You ain't gonna be able to go on your family trips. That's gonna be a thing of the fucking past. And at the same time, they're gonna have these AI machines taking over what your jobs, right? Shit's fucked up. It's about to get worse. That's what the Bible say. I'm gonna read the book of 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. It reads, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." Right? The word woe is destruction, because that's what's coming. Destruction to these cities, right? Destruction to these cities. They're gonna become wasted cities, wasted land, especially America, uninhabitable. Right? Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. This is what the Lord's setting up. Pure chaos, pure uproars of the people, pure violence and death before what the kingdom gets established. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition amongst men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard kings or princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And that's when you see these type of images come to pass, right? When they shall not regard kings or princes, right? When men shall stand up to fight one against another with swords in their hands. That's when these cities collapse, right? That's when bodies gonna start piling up in these streets, right? That's when these trucks. Who the fuck gonna deliver food in these type of cities, right? You see in a semi truck right now. That's the time we're coming to. And what these trucks do? They bring your food, right? They bring your meals. They bring your medicine. They bring your equipment. They help keep this so-called society going. The Lord's about to bring an end to all this. The city's gonna be uninhabitable, right? That's why it says in those days be as what? Pilgrims on the earth. Matter of fact, let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. This is the book 2nd Ezra 15. Bear with me. 2nd Ezra 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, right? Because most of you people, your jobs is far away from where you live. Say goodbye to them jobs, right? Say goodbye to them jobs. With all this AI technology coming in, say goodbye to your jobs. Say goodbye to your jobs. With the collapse of the dollar coming in, say goodbye to your jobs. Say goodbye to your jobs. Say goodbye to your lives. Right? I'm reading again, man. A man shall desire. Matter of fact, let's go back. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard kings nor princes, right? They're officials. Yeah, they're so-called rulers in the city. They're governors. They're politicians. They ain't gonna give a fuck. Guys, we need to calm. Hey, we're gonna set restrictions. We're gonna put curfews. Man, they're gonna say fuck your curfews. Right? These people ain't gonna bow down to the ways of you so-called rulers of this world, because it's over. We living in the end of a system, and guess what? When the end of a system go down, the Lord gonna put a spirit in everybody to be in a rebellious state. rebellious against family, rebellious against the officials. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. For because of their pride, what's about to happen for what? Because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed. The men shall be afraid. Men shall be afraid. It's about to get bad.